So welcome everyone. Um, and I was just on a meditation call, and I a meditation call. Actually, it was talking about meditation, asking questions about meditation. And just as I went, oh my gosh, I have to start this class. I heard the teacher, Senjin Yang, who's quite phenomenal teacher. Anyway, he said, I just overheard him say, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. And he said, but eliminate the negative by by pushing love, by just putting pure love on the negative. And I thought that was, and I think that's true. I think that's the way we're gonna make this world work, is with our loving kindness. So that being said, let's take a moment and you can sit. Let's either sit or stand. And what I like to do when I stand, or if you want to lie down, go ahead and lie down. But I want to just take these few moments to go within, to close our eyes down. And so it might feel more comfortable sitting, or I'm going to stand, because sometimes I like to, I'll mention to my classes to bring Shavasana into Tadasana. So Tadasana is the standing mountain pose, and Shavasana is when we lay down on our backs at the end of class. Just about every yoga class ends with it. And we completely relax. So how about trying to relax standing or sitting, or lying down if you prefer, any way that feels right. And wherever you are, either close your eyes down or look or close them almost all the way if you feel uncomfortable having them completely closed. Just take a breath, one breath with an exhale, and then another breath. Inhale again. Exhale out. And on the next exhale, just feel your shoulders relax. And then your arms and hands. And then relax your legs and feet. Your whole body. The torso. And then we'll just relax our head and neck. And last on this next inhale and exhale. And then take a moment to see how you're feeling in this moment in time. See the sensations, feel the sensations that are going on in your body. Stay present with yourself. Stay inside your body. Maybe doing a little scan of your body. That's a wonderful thing to practice. Practice throughout the day, actually, especially when we're going to begin moving our body in ways that maybe we do on a daily basis, so that we stay in touch with ourselves and we only do what's comfortable for ourselves, what's right for ourselves. So that being said, we can go ahead now and open up our eyes. And if you're not already standing, very gently move yourself on up, to come on up as slowly and with as much intention and with as much awareness as you possibly can, come on up to a standing position. Feeling yourself rise up, feeling your arms, maybe your hand press into the ground to help you rise up. And then your feet. And actually, since and then come on into Tadasana if you're standing, and take that moment to relax your body completely. And then we'll bring our hands into prayer pose. And just inhale them up and over our head with ease and grace. And then exhale, just circle them down and around and back into prayer pose, keeping that sense of the strength of Tadasana. And we'll do this 2 more times, 3 times as a charm. Feeling the breath and the arms moving together. Inhale, coming on up. And exhaling our hands right into prayer pose. Very nice. And then from here, we'll just lift one arm over our head and come on over to the other side. So as our arm comes over, our head reaches in the same direction as our arms. And when your head goes over to the right, your left hip will come out a little bit. So we really are just stretching one side of our body. And then we're going to bring our arms together. So they'll come over our head. What I'd love for you to feel is just ease in this movement. Just ease. So that there's no tension in the movement. And then let's sweep our arms down and around and up and back. So, I've heard recently, and I think I've mentioned this before, that swaying easily or moving over and over again with ease and to your comfort level can be just as strengthening. If you lift your arms up high, can be just as strengthening as lifting weights. We won't do this as much as we could, as we, to really gain strength. We'll slowly come on back. But if maybe throughout your day you just feel like settling into yourself and doing a gentle movement like that, to bring yourself a little bit of peace and strength, you can go ahead and do it for maybe 5 minutes or so. Okay, so from here we'll turn. So we've moved our spine in a lateral way, and now we'll twist with our spine. And just like we did before, make your movement so easy. Your shoulders are relaxed and facial muscles relaxed. And ease and grace into what we're doing. And then we'll slowly come on back to a neutral stance and tap our bodies gently. So what I'd like for us to do this time is to really pay attention to the fact that we're getting the energy moving in our body when we do this, but pay a little extra attention to the joints of the body. Like maybe move your head over to one side as you tap the other part of your neck, just very, very gently. And then we'll tap around our shoulder joint. And then underneath our shoulder joint, the underarm. And then around that shoulder joint again. And then coming down and then tapping around our elbow. And then continuing down with the palm facing up to the fingertips. And then turn the palm down and we'll tap around the elbow a little bit more. Just so we give our joints a little more attention than we usually do with the tapping. Just getting that synovial fluid flowing around. So we'll pay attention a little bit more to our groin in a bit. So keep tapping, getting the internal organs and the chest and the heart. And again, we'll tap the neck, both sides, maybe even in the back a little bit. And then we'll get around the other shoulder joint. So we're bringing some movement into the shoulders as we're doing this. And then underneath the shoulder joint, maybe even back behind it, and turn the palm up and come down to the elbow and get all around the elbow as the palm is turning up. And then come down to the fingertips, turn the palm down and come up, and then get around that good old elbow again. And then continue on up and get the shoulder joint again. And now we'll get the neck again, the good old neck. Actually, let's just take a moment to let our hands just rest on our neck. We're on the shoulders, and just feel a little release in the neck by just going side to side. With a nice straight back and the chin slightly tucked. Okay, and then we'll come and get our head. And the neck, good old neck again, you know, our neck. We move it all day long, all the time. Probably our bodies are so amazing. And so now we're going to get the back and along the rib cage here, maybe the side of the waist a little bit more than we usually do, one side and then the other. And then come on down and continue with the back and the glutes. And bend over a little bit so you get the back of your legs there. And then we'll come around and we're going to get the groin. And this area here, and maybe even as you tap in, you can go back and forth a little bit. So you get into the groin in a little bit of a different way than we usually do. And then we'll come around to the back and come down the kidneys side and all the way down, and down the outside of our legs, and we'll spend a little extra attention on our knees here. So just tap, and you determine how vigorously or softly you want to tap your knees. Just be really either gentle or, you know, but only do what's right for you. All around the knees, and then come down to the ankles, to the heels, and then up the toes. And then we'll tap all around the ankles a little bit more than we usually do. And then come up to the knees again. Tap around the knees. And back on up to the groin. You can bend your knees or even lean over a little bit. I've never done lean. Great. So it's kind of hard to find a rhythm here. I haven't done it this way before. This is new. But we want to get in that groin, because not only is it a joint, and we want to, and actually we can get all around as much as you can to the head, toward the head of the femur, around the sitting bones, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, good work. Okay. And now, so I know. Let's just shake out our hands and just really become little Gumbies and move your shoulders and your hips and your knees. Loosen everything up. Nice. Okay. So, and we'll get to our hands in a little bit. So right now, we'll come on to our chairs. So sitting down onto our chairs and do our little our pelvic exercises that I think we did last week because these are so good. So the pelvic floor. So first, so start with your back up nice and straight. Relaxed straight. And then take an inhale. And on the exhale, lift up that pelvic floor as high as you can. Inhale, release. And when you exhale, you can do it through pursed lips. Lift it up as high as you can. And you'll feel your belly engage and then release on the inhale. 3 more times. Lift and release. And lift and release. And lift and release. Okay, so we'll do one side and you can either stay in the chair. If you do, just make sure you don't use your body weight to help you lift as much as possible. You will do that a little bit. Or you can just put yourself one side of your body on a block or a book, or you can come off to the side of your chair and let that one side of your push come down. So same thing here. So we take an inhale and then on the exhale, lift up, engaging that pelvic floor. Exhale down, inhale, lift on up, and exhale down. Inhale, lift on up, and exhale down. And inhale, lift on up. I think that's 4. And down. And then one more time. And come on. Back. Neutralize just for a second to see if you can feel any difference. You might not, you might. And then come on over to the other side. And just let that push come down over the chair, and then inhale, lift on up, trying to not use your hands. If you have to, that's fine, but don't, as little as possible. 2, exhale up, 3, inhale, 4, down, and exhale up, and release it down. Okay, and then we'll slide on back. And you know what? I'm just going to put the chair off to the side for now, but have it handy because I think we might come onto it in a little bit. But what I'd love to do now is, and I think I'll come to the side. So what we'll do now is a few little poses. Bringing our hands into prayer pose. Actually, let's just twist again. And hands into prayer pose. Inhale out and up. And exhale, lead with the heart. I think we're somewhat warmed up, so we can do this. Inhale halfway. Exhale, deepen. Bend your knees. Step back with your left foot and bring your left knee onto the mat. Now, if you want, you have a block, but you don't necessarily need the block. Bring your right hand on your right knee, that should be forward, and kind of press it open. And then turn towards the left and open up that arm. And keep kind of pressing the knee a little bit open here with your right hand. And then come on back to center. And this time you might want the block to put your left hand on the block. You're going to bring it on the inside of that foot. And then go on over to the right. And pull that right knee in towards your body. It's going to have a tendency to want to splay out. At least mine does. And then come on back. And this time, bring your hands by your front foot and step back onto your hands and knees. And inhale, bring your belly to the ground. Exhale, roll the back up. Inhale, belly to the ground. Just do a couple more. One more cat-cow. Roll up, and then inhale, feeling that wonderful fluidity in the spine. And then come on back up. And then extend your right leg out behind you as parallel to the ground as possible. And we're going to work our heels, our ankle here. So rotate your foot around your ankle from this position. And so if you want to make this a little more challenging, you can actually extend your left arm out in front of you. If you want to that's yogi's choice. And then reverse directions if you haven't already. And then point the toe and flex that foot back so you really press the heel away from you and point and bring the toes in towards your shin. Nice. And then open up your leg out to the side. If your arm's extended, you can open your arm out to the side. And then come on back and down. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So extend the left leg out. And your choice, you can extend the right arm as well, or keep your hand down, whatever feels right for your body today. And then circle the foot around the ankle in one direction, and then in the other. And then you can point the toe away from you. And it's only if you want to avoid a cramp, it's nice to point more with the ball mount of your foot. And then bring the toes in towards the shin, pressing the heel away. And then we'll open up to the side, either with your leg, just your leg, or your leg and your arm. Left leg, right arm. And then come on back, curl the toes under, lift into downward dog. And look on up at your hands and walk on up to your hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, deepen. Bend your knees and roll on up. Hands over the head and down into prayer pose. And now we'll do the other side. So I'm going to come up to the other side of my mat. Inhale out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale into our lovely flat back position. And then exhale, slow it down. Slow coming down to the ground and step back with your right foot this time, and let that right knee rest on the ground. And you'll rock forward a little bit, and then rock forward a little bit, and bring your left hand on your left leg and kind of spin that push the left leg out towards the side as you open up to the right. So it's in this way, the leg has a tendency to collapse in, so we want to open it up. And then when we come down with our right hand in front, the leg has a tendency to collapse out, so you want to pull it in a little bit as you open up to the left. Pull it in a little bit. And breathe here. And then bring your hands down by your front foot and step back onto all fours or plank pose. If you're on all fours, walk your hands out a little bit and get your shoulders over your hands so that your knees are behind your hips a bit. And then slowly, all of us, see if we can come down and have our chest touch the earth first, and then the chin, and then flatten out the rest of the body and lift on up into cobra. Come down, grab hold, bend your right knee, and see if you can just reach towards your right foot. If you can get it, great. If you can't, that's fine. Your left hand you can put on in front of you, and then make your left arm, and then lift up if you can, and just release that down. We'll do it really quickly. And same thing with the left side. Maybe you can grab hold of the heel, maybe you can't. If you can, lift it up and come on down. And just so we kind of calibrate how we're doing the pose. And then either curl your toes under or bend your knees and push yourself straight up and roll back and come on into down dog, looking up at your hands. Walk on up to your hands. Inhale halfway, exhale deepen. And then all the way up and over. And so we're going to do that again with bending our legs. And if it was really hard for you, you can grab hold of a strap if you'd like, or a scarf and wrap it around your leg, or you can just lift it up a half an inch off the ground or not at all. So, yogi's choice. I'm going to come up this way again. Inhale out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale halfway. Exhale, deepen. So let's bend our knees. Step back with our left foot, right leg forward. And this time, we'll hop the left foot so that the whole foot is on the ground with the toes turning out. And then pull the left hip forward as much as it feels comfortable and sweep our arms up. And if your right leg is straight, that's fine, but you want to bend into that knee, coming into our Virabhadrasana 1. The other day, I heard Virabhadrasana translated as guardian pose instead of warrior. I think that was really interesting. Okay, so the same thing kind of goes here. You want to open up this leg a little bit here. So you can even, actually, let's just put our hands on the thigh and just sort of see what feels best. So does it feel better if you open it up or if you bring it in? Or maybe it feels better in a neutral position in this pose. So just see what feels best for your body. Raise your arms up again. And then bring the hands forward. So you slide your left hand along your right arm and come on into warrior 1, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Warrior, peaceful warrior. Bend into that front knee a little bit. And then we'll come back and sweep our arms all the way down over our front leg and come back into downward dog. And then onto our knees. And if you want to do this through plank, I'm going to demonstrate this from our knees. So if you're on your knees, you're going to come forward a little bit. So your knees are behind your hips. Bend your elbows and keep your tush up in the air and let your chest touch first, and then flatten your belly out. So we'll just lift up our legs just to see how that feels. Maybe even bring our arms behind us. But if you want, you can bend your knees and see how close your hands come. And then come on down. And the next time we do this, we'll grab hold of the strap so we can be prepared. So either curl your toes under or bend your knees and push yourself straight up and back into down dog and walk on up to your hands. Or if you'd like to hop up, you can. Inhale halfway, exhale deepen, and then come all the way up and down into your prayer pose. Okay, I'm going to come over to the other side. We'll do the other side. And it's a little tricky getting the strap around our legs, but we can do it. Inhale out and up. Exhale, come on back. Forward fold. Tuck the chin in. Let's hold this forward fold for a minute. Just see if you can keep your, you don't have to touch the ground here. If you feel the stretch, what we're trying to get is a stretch in our hamstrings and our calf muscles. And that could be that you feel that with your legs bent, with your knees bent, and that's okay. But if you tuck your tailbone, if you tilt your tailbone up towards the sky, you might feel a little bit more of a stretch here. And then we'll come, actually, we're going to come into flat back in a little bit of a different way. Have your hands behind on your calves or your thighs and lift up that way into half Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana. And then come down, bend your knees. We'll step back with the right foot, and have the right heel connected. And if you can, keep that front knee bent as you sweep your arms up into Vira 1, Guardian 1. And then hands while you're in front, and then right hand slides back over the left, and palms turn down, and we look over our front hand into Vira 2. And then turn the palm up, peaceful. And now our arms will circle around, come down by our front foot, and step back. This time we'll just sit down directly back into plank pose or knee plank. And however you decide to come down slow and easy. And then if you know you need the strap, you can keep your chin rested on the ground and see if you can just almost, I don't know, it might be a little difficult. You might have to roll over to one side and roll over to the other, and then bring the strap around your legs, around your ankles, and then lift on up. Dhanurasana, bow pose. And then slowly come on down. And maybe let's try it one more time. And maybe you can grab hold of the tops of your feet or your ankles and inhale and lift up again. Nice back bend. Press the pubic bone into the mat, and then exhale. Come on down and bring your hands by your floating ribs. Curl your toes under and either come up through plank or knee plank all the way back into downward dog. And let's use downward dog as a resting pose. So just breathe here a couple of times. And maybe you want to bend one knee, press the opposite heel down towards the earth, bend the other knee just back and forth. Some people call this pedaling it out. What I like to do, so let's go ahead and do this. Bend your left knee and look under your right arm. And take a couple of breaths here, and then straighten both legs and bend your right knee and look under your left arm. And straighten both legs, and then look on up at your hands and walk on up to your hands. And inhale halfway. Exhale, deepen. Bend the knees very, very much. Maybe grab hold of your elbows if you'd like, or just keep your upper body like a rag doll. And slowly, slowly, slowly roll on. And release it all down. Very nice. Okay, and so let's just come on to our chair before we go into Shavasana. And you can actually do what we're doing standing. And so we'll work with our hands a little bit because this is such a nice thing to do for ourselves. So we'll pull back on it doesn't matter which hand. So pull back. So we open up the wrist and pull down. And then the other hand. And down. Keep the shoulders as relaxed as you can. I notice that I'm kind of lifting mine up a little bit. Then interlace your hands. Again, with the idea that you're just relaxed. This is getting into the wrist, which we really didn't tap as much when we were tapping. So this is nice that we're getting into the wrists. Okay, and now we'll start tapping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With a gentle fist, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remembering to circle around the fingers, the thumbs, as well as the hand itself. The pedestal for the fingers and thumbs. The back of the hand. Okay, and now we'll do it with our 5-pointed tap, or eagle's beak. Just go around and around, and again 9 times. Palm, fingers, and thumbs. Back of the hand, fingers and thumbs. Both hands, of course. And then we'll gently chop, do a little karate chop with our fingers, with the baby finger side, but it's relaxed, it's not rigid. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, between all of the, onto the webbing between all of the fingers. Stay present with yourself. Feel the sensations that you're feeling. Feel that the TLC that we're giving to our hands as we're doing this. And then between all of the fingers and the thumb, one hand will top, and then the backs of the hands. Nice, and then we're just gonna shake it on out. Okay, any chi that we no longer need. And now we'll give ourselves our little facial. So double knuckles on the forehead, from the third eye point to the temples, from the right around the brow, all the way up to the hairline, going back and forth. The sacred terrace. And circle around the temples in both directions, above the ears, in front of the ears. The jaw joint, get in there. If you tune in, if you have any tension in your mouth, grinding your teeth or anything, see if you can tune into that throughout the day and just relax the mouth, relax the jaw, and then middle finger in front, index finger behind the ear, and then massage the back and the front of the outer ear. Getting into all the little crevices, nooks and crannies. Okay, and then we can just circle our fingertips around our face, the rest of our face. Maybe gently, gently around our eyes. You can even do a little tapping if you'd like with your fingertips. I like to get my nose, my mouth, and my chin, my cheeks and cheekbones. You can trace your fingers on top of the jawbone and the thumb underneath, and trace it all the way down to the chin, from the jaw joint to the chin. And then we can get our scalp, circling our fingertips around our scalp, giving ourselves some TLC. And then behind you can lift your occipital ridge in the back and get around your spine, the cervical spine there, the top of the spinal column on either. There we go. And then we'll just dust it on off. Okay, shake it out. And now let's go ahead and you can do this standing or sitting. I'm just going to do it sitting today, where we just gather up the chi and bring it down into our dantian. So maybe you can close your eyes down if you'd like, whatever feels right for you, but just feel that you're gathering up this chi of unconditional love, bringing it right into your body. And it's so intelligent. It knows exactly where to go, where it's needed the most. Just bring it in from the earth, the universe. We're all a part of the earth and the universe. And of course, the earth is a part of the universe. Beautiful, beautiful universe. Feel that peace and that love. Just bring it in. Gentle, heartfelt, loving kindness for ourselves, for all humanity, for all beings. And this will be the last time. Maybe as you go slowly, you can feel a tingling or warmth in your hands. Bringing it all the way down. Hold this right hand first, left hand on top, put it around your dantian, right underneath the navel. Breathe here for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, you can set yourself up for Shavasana. Whenever you're ready to move from your chair down to your mat. And as you're moving from your chair to your mat, do so feeling the chair, feeling what you're doing. Bring awareness into your movement. Feel yourself bending over. Feel yourself, your whole back body touch the ground. Feel that wonderful connection with our Mother Earth. And as you do, as you feel this, and stay present with yourself, just feel every single cell in your body relax. A little bit more. Let go. Rest. And any outside sounds or maybe a gentle breeze touching your skin, it might take you deeper into this sense of relaxation, let go, of ease and grace. This is such a gift that we give to ourselves, to allow ourselves to consciously relax. Be the peace that you want to see in the world, as Gandhi said. Be the change that you want to see in the world, I think is the actual. But when we allow ourselves, we give ourselves this space of Shavasana. This is one way that we can help ourselves to find that change, to find that peace, to find the love. every breath. So if you want to continue with your relaxation, just stay exactly where you are. Or if you need to get on with your day, just start rocking back and forth, bringing your knees into your chest, rolling over to one side, finding yourself in a comfortable sitting position. Like I said, just stay where you are if you'd like. If you are sitting, just feel that the sitting bones connect to the earth, the crown of the head connect to the sky. Take a breath in the lovely space that you created. Again, let's give wonderful gratitude to our breath. Beautiful, amazing breath. And gratitude to ourselves for practicing, and love to all of humanity. And I send my love to you. Namaste.